I needed to do this railing for my home, and I never done this before, and I don't really do this much, just doing for fun and because I have the tools. So I said, why not do it? And the challenge was to put this on the railing. I mean, on the retaining wall on concrete for me. And so I'm just gonna show what I did, and perhaps somebody can see this and maybe get some ideas, or maybe see how it shouldn't be done. So just gonna walk around and see what I have done here. So I already did most of it, just left 2 pieces to add. But so this is how it looks from the side, and so this is where the posts go, and I already fixed this. I put the covers, this piece, and put mortar around it so this doesn't come out. But the idea was to have, so this is where I put the recent one compared to the other one, so that's how it will look once I put without the cover. So what I did is I drill the hole to the concrete with this hammer drill, and before I started doing this, again, since I never done this before, I was not sure how long the distance needs to be from the bolt to the edge. So the way I understand, the distance needs to be 5 times the diameter of the bolt. So this was a 3/8 bolt, so 3/8 times 5 comes out around 2 inches. It's slightly low. So if you have, for example, 1.5 inch ball, then multiply by 5, you get around 2.5. So that's it. And what else? Okay, we'll just keep going with this. Now we're gonna put this bracket here using self-drilling screws, top and the bottom. So to drill the screws, I use this drill to make a hole, first hole. So measure it first where it needs to go compared to second one. Same, it has to be same level. Then now I'm gonna use the screws. So I got one screw in, and now I can measure it that it's straight. And if I need to, I can move this up and down because there's only one screw. So this seems like straight. Now I can put the rest of the screws. So when we measure, we want to make sure there's no gap in here. Same downstairs, down the bottom, and not big gap here too. I have measured where the hole needs to go, so we have 4 holes, 1, 2, 3 and 4. But first, before using the hammer drill, I'm gonna use this thing to make a small hole first, and then use hammer drill. So we have pre-drilled small holes, and this is what I used from Home Depot. So now we're gonna drill a hole in the concrete, and this is the tool in the stud you wanna use, and it's a hammer drill. So there's two types of hammer drill. One is just hammer drill, and one is called SDS hammer drill. And SDS is supposedly much easier to use on concrete, especially when we're gonna use this almost 4-inch wedge anchor. So that's what I got. My friend gave me a Home Depot card for my birthday, so I used that. So thank you, Tink. And this is the drill bit I got, and this is how it looks like. On this side it has some type of grooves to go in there, in this part. So I have made holes in the concrete, and I'm just want to measure them, make sure that once I install the wedge anchor they will go well. But the way I found out, best way is to measure them before you put them in, because once they're inside it's probably will be almost impossible to move them out. I just use this screwdriver to measure it. That's how much around I need for it to go down. So seems like goes all the way. This one too. So I don't need to vacuum anymore. I use vacuum to get the debris out. And yeah, you can also look inside, and if you see some debris left, you can vacuum more. So now I'm installing the anchors. Just gonna put them like this. I'm gonna hit them, and maybe not all the way, so there's a play little bit left for the post to put in. Yeah, around Yeah, so maybe halfway, slightly more than halfway, and now I can put the post. Okay, so sometimes post won't go, but so you can yeah, we can hit part of it this way. It's not too hard, just a little bit. I also put something on the end so it won't bend grooves. Put some tape on the hammer. So now it goes very easy now. And now I can put the nuts and the washer. So now I'm gonna add the bolts. So what helped me when I was adding the bolts is you wanna add like little bit, screw them, but leave that top part up so we can still hammer them more. And yeah, but don't put this on top. What I found, if I leave it like this and I hit it, then the grooves might not work well. So just use this part to hit it. Okay, we still want to leave some. We don't want to put it all the way, hammer it, because so as I was saying before, we don't want to hammer the wedges all the way, because we want to use this level end plates, because as you can see there, this retaining wall especially, it's under angle. It's both under angle that way through the length and also through the width. So we wanna what I did is I'm gonna put one here and one like this on this side, so the post will tilt to the side, to the left side, to the right side, and forward to this side. And so I used this tool to cut this level end piece up somewhere here. So I cut the other piece so it will fit underneath. I'm gonna put it around here and maybe use this thing to hit it. Kind of hard do it with the one hand. Okay, now we wanna use this tool to measure, make sure that the angle is, so it's okay. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. So yeah, it's not gonna be perfect just because this concrete actually kind of moved. I guess it's settled kind of actually somewhat sharp angle, so it probably won't be super straight, but still if possible I use this level thing. So right now I'm gonna put the railing part and the rail part, and as you can see this I can move it, which that's what I want. I want that it still moves side to side so I can easily put the other part. Before I'm gonna put the railing piece, I found this thing in Home Depot, and it's very close to match the color of the railing. So there's tons of them, and the way I understood, this will help it to protect against the rust. I don't know, never used it, but I'm gonna spray the bolts, I mean the screws, and then one more here. Yeah, okay, I think might, and also spray where I didn't do so good job and I exposed the metal, so probably good idea spray there too. So I had to cut some small piece from the end, just maybe a little bit, so it will fit here. It didn't fit here because I used Home Depot screws, because the original I don't know what happened. I guess I ran out of them, so they stick out more than the original ones, and that's why that was the issue. As you can see here, it will not go. So what I did is I cut off a little bit here, and I use this tool, and the disc is it will say metal cut off or metal and grinding, but this one is metal cut off, so this one can be used to cut it too. And now I'm gonna spray again this thing for protection for future, and now it should go in easily. So now I have installed this piece, and you see now it can fit since I cut it off a little bit, and we want it to be tight, both sides, top, bottom, and now I can hammer more the anchors. So I have hammered the anchors. Now I can tighten them. So just go few twists one side, few twists other side, and okay, we wanna put the leveling plate back in. Just then tighten them a little more, few turns each. I try to alternate them, one side a little bit and then the other side. So since these bolts, one of them I tightened the bolts, and one of them was kind of sticking out more than the other ones. This one, maybe a little bit this one. Since I'm gonna have to put a cover on top of them, I wanna maybe cut them a little bit up, just remove a small piece of it. So again, I'm gonna use the grinder tool with a cut off metal disc. So I had to cut off pieces of these bolts, and they were sticking too much. Now I'm gonna use this tool to tighten. We want to tighten, but not too much. It says 25 pounds, and so just tighten this a little bit more. So I have put the screws up here and up there, and there was some debris came out, so I wanna vacuum that. And now we want to use again this paint protector, paint and primer to protect the bolts. So now the railing is installed. All the bolts are there, and now we just need to install the last one. So I have set up the rest of the railing, and what happened is this railing was shorter. I was missing this part. It was short by this amount. So what I did is I bought a whole railing like that one, cut it off, and installed a piece there to hold it. The piece was kind of looking so as we left earlier, I have set up the last railing, and the last railing was actually shorter by this amount from here to here, and so I had to I have set up the last railing, and it came out okay. But the issue was that it was shorter than it needed to be by this amount from here to here, and so I had to get a new railing, full new railing, and I cut it off. This part fit there, and what I did is inside I bought something like this from home, from Menards, but it's actually bigger than this, so it fit perfectly inside, like this, but it was bigger, so it fit like very tight fit, and it was probably like 2 feet, so it actually, that piece inside runs probably from here to all the way here. And what I did before I inserted, put it inside, I put some of this thing, and so that holds it inside, and also these self-drilling screws, top, bottom, top. So for last thing before finishing the posts, I have added mortar around here, so the water, there was a gap there since this is sloped, and just closing the gaps around it. And then after that I'm gonna add these covers on top, and then add more mortar around it so these brackets don't come out. And on top of that I put sealant, so around here and around there, around where there's gaps, so I was thinking so water doesn't come through. And another thing, this piece will need this bracket on top, and also I'm gonna put the bracket on top, but first I'm gonna put like a glue, because these brackets they might come off, so they might or might not, but with glue for sure they're not gonna come out. And oh, this is the piece I made from the other piece that I cut off. So now it's going to become a door, and for this door I got these hinges, and yeah, just cut off here, and again inserted a tube here, so it runs probably up to here, so just give it more stability. And then that's it. I mean, and here I had to cut through, make a hole through this bracket, and here a little bit, so, and also cut off here, shave off this part so this doesn't come off. And one thing I need to add is something to lock here, but that's it. That's how I made the railing on a retaining wall. Yeah, it seems like it's gonna work well now. It's very sturdy, and doesn't seem too bad. And another thing is, yeah, not too bad considering never done this before, first time. Never even did anything like this. This is, again, I'm just doing this for fun, to learn a little bit how it's done. So yeah, it's not too hard.